This will be real quick.
Okay, so this is the first time we're in Brudne Brzmienie and we're talking in English, and we have an actual international band because, well, I can say that.
Yes.
Like you're from down under. So I'm with Lachlan from DZ Deathrays. How you doing, man?
Good.
This
How
is
are you?
the first time in Krakow?
Yeah. Second time in Poland though.
Okay, how do you find it so far? As Poland as a whole.
it's
Like,
awesome.
I can't ask about Krakow because, like, you know shit about
I love it. It's great.
Yeah.
Nice weather, nice people,
Yeah?
good beer.
That we do good. Yeah, that we do well. Right, okay, we can start cracking on. Okay, we're gonna start with this one. So tell me anything and everything about it. Everything that you know.
I bought this guitar when I was 17. It was the first guitar I bought. And then I didn't use it for a couple of years. And then I got it kind of fixed and put new pickups in it. I got like a sustainer pickup. And I don't think it's just a humbucker.
So that's the Marzio kind of situation? Okay, something.
I just gave it to my friend who builds guitars, and I was like, "Can you just fix it?"
Okay.
And he was like, "Sure." And then, and he did that, and then it's still going.
Okay.
Yeah.
So pickups changed. That's original then?
Yep. Everything else, different scratch plate though, because he took out the knobs up here.
Okay.
Which were really annoying, and the buttons, the switches, and
as
stuff.
we saw during the sound check, the sustainer has like extra powers.
little bug issues. But yeah, it's pretty simple.
That's in drop C?
Yeah.
Okay.
And D as well.
Yeah. So, okay, because that's what, like 24 inches?
I think so.
Yeah, so how do you find it, like, tuning rather on the lower end of things? Do you have any issues with intonation whatsoever?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It's usually all right, yeah. I've also like been working on my other guitar, writing songs in a different tuning called the New Standard. Have you heard of that tuning?
Yeah, the Andrew Bello one.
Yeah. I've been doing that.
All in fifths.
Yeah. The intonation is fucked on that. So I need to fix it for that. But it's like
crazy.
It's really cool to kind of you write stuff you would never do in this tuning. So it's real interesting and fun.
It opens up so much. Like any change of tuning. Like
it's really fun.
Yeah, but I can also see like you had it for years because the bottle scars everywhere.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Been thrown around a bit.
Has it been broken in two or close to?
It's trying to break.
My days.
But yeah, it's pretty fun. I like it.
Okay.
Aged well.
Yeah.
I do have a Gibson, but I didn't bring it because it's worth way more money than this.
So do you find the Gibson better or do you find this one better?
I think they're good at doing different things.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the Gibson is amazing and it feels like sturdy and
it's a massive chunk of wood.
You find yourself playing things you'd never play on a Fender. Like you're like, wow, I didn't know I could do that. You know, it's like it feels so nice.
Okay. Cool. Do you have a backup? Just as a
question.
Okay. So YOLO it the whole way.
Yeah, okay. And then I got Shane's over there if we need to. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So then this goes via the cable.
Yeah.
And we go to the Helix.
Yeah.
Okay, so because that's the question I have to ask. What was before that? So how does the rig look when you play home?
Oh, right. Well, I kind of use that. But before I had like a DD7 delay, POG.
Yeah.
And then I have various different distortions throughout the years that I've swapped in and out, like big muffs and stuff like that.
And then you moved straight into Helix.
Yes, no more dancing around, just one button.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just very, very relieved. It's so much easier to play now instead of going like, I'm going to turn that off and that on, because I'm doing like a lot of the lead stuff.
Yeah.
Where I need to do that, whereas, you know,
Do you find the experience of playing the Helix a bit different than you used to with the pedals, or
just way easier?
Okay,
it's way easier to play, and like also you've got so many effects in there that you can use. It's
like you're in DZ Deathrays, you like reversed Royal Blood kind of situation, where he would have a bass guitar and then emulate the guitar bit, whereas you have short guitars and having so much bass on stage is like that's illegal.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. Illegal. Well, that's Shane. Thank him for that.
Yeah,
I don't know how he does it. I was like, can you do that on my board? He's like, yeah, sure. You know.
Okay, so how many patches do you have per show? Is it like?
I think I only up until recently I've just been doing one for every song.
Okay.
Which I never used to do. I used to just have like delay and distortion and pog and all that. But but now I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just use the sound off the actual album. Which is another good thing about this is like, you can download the things you use in the studio and put it on. It's like what you hear is what we used in the studio.
Actually there. Yeah. Do you tweak the sound? So is this one-to-one translation from the studio onto the live situation, or do you tune it, tweak it?
Really, no. I kind of just try and get it as close as we can, maybe a bit heavier.
Okay.
You know? Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, I use a Who What because in the studio we use a high watt amp. So a lot of it's just kind of like that. Whereas like, and then there's like a few weird ones.
So this is all snapshots.
Yeah.
And so this is like you have one preset per song and then snapshotting every single set. Okay, cool.
And then let's see. Yeah, that'll put it like similar.
Okay.
Like that's got their weird synth sound that you heard before.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, a lot of them is just like clean delay, distorted delay, tremolo, fuzz, distortion, and like kind of overdriven, clean.
I'm going to ask Shane exactly the same question, but I have to ask you as well. So, actually, there's two. So, do you do the bass doubling on guitar only, also on the clean sounds, or this is like plain distortion kind of situation?
Yeah, usually distorted, but I only do that on a few of the songs, but Shane does it mostly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one. And second, when you tweak sounds, because every single thing I've heard so far is like extremely dry. As in in sound, like it doesn't have the sponginess I'm used to when you go into like the wider metal scene. Whereas your sounds, it's like very much like even. Yeah, is that something you're actually actively working on? Or this is like,
no. Okay. I mean, we do try and make it as clean as we can.
Yeah.
So like to give our sound engineer Mikey more control out the front and stuff like that, which is pretty great. But yeah.
This is pretty much like straightforward, actually.
Okay. Pretty simple.
Okay, and then K&K shields on the on the top. So shout out to K&K.
Yeah.
Because this is a running deck. Also, okay. Who's that?
That is one of our friends in Australia. He's a guitar tech. His name is Boo, a lovely gentleman.
Okay. Shout out to Boo.
Yeah, he techs for heaps of bands around, like that come through Australia.
Okay.
Like, you know, Idols and the Bronx and stuff like that.
Okay.
But yeah, he's a legend. So then he took a photo and put it on our boards. Yeah.
So he's with you everywhere you go.
No, well, yeah, he is now. Like he's done a few tours with us. But yeah. It's good looking down and just seeing his face victory.
Reminded like you have someone to come back to.
Great job. Oh,
okay, so then Helix, how do we go out? What happens like after the Helix? How do we go?
I have no idea, to be honest. Okay. That's a Shane question. All I know is that is guitar and that is bass.
Okay. Oh, so you split within the Helix. Okay, I'm going to ask Shane so many questions. It's crazy. Yeah. So split the bass and guitar, and then does the amp on your end get the bass action as well, or this is only guitar?
Comes out of the amp. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then you go outside of the Helix. Hit the Terror.
Yep.
And then the cab, and that's Bob's your ankle, basically.
Yeah. Pretty simple.
Okay. Okay. So, one last question, and then we're going to ask Shane all the questions. If you would have unlimited money, so you fly to Europe, you can play with whatever, would that still be your gig, or you would go crazy?
Yeah, like 1 year ago.
I reckon. I mean, if I was in the studio, it would be a whole different thing, but like, I just like how easy it is to use, you know?
Yeah.
Like you press one thing, you can turn on like 4 effects, you know, instead of like dancing around. But I mean, I guess you could get like a channel switcher and then really do a deep dive into.
Okay, would you?
I don't know. I wouldn't even know where to start.
That's tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it'd be great, you know, having to have all vintage pedals and shit like that. Like I got a Memory Man at home, delay.
Okay.
Which is like one of those like giant.
The big one.
Yeah,
the giant
huge.
Box. Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck touring that around. That's also worth like $1,500. So I'm like, yeah.
like the old.
So that stays at home. And
Yeah,
maybe
the old
in the studio.
electro-harmonics shit are priceless.
And also, you got that on here as well.
Yeah, it's actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
Okay, cool stuff. Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers, bud.
I'm sorry I don't have any more information.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, we're gonna switch to Shane now. So, I'm with Shane from DZ Deathrays. How are you doing, man?
Well, thank you.
Nice meeting you, actually. Like, we've met before, but I have to say that for the camera purposes. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Same question as I have for Lachlan. This is second time in Poland.
Second time.
First time in Krakow.
First time here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you find it so far?
I mean, we literally just drove in to this venue.
Hey, yeah.
But I really want to go for a walk if possible, or I don't know, maybe after the gig we can go into town or something. Yeah, go
Good
see
idea.
some bars and...
Yeah, pubs and drunk Brits. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So-
we're used to those. Yeah.
Those at this point, so yeah. Right, okay, we can start with guitar. So
Yeah.
whichever one do you want to
Yeah,
start
I've
first?
got
so-
2 guitars that I tour with. This is a Fender Powercaster. We're getting some sort of echo. So
Oh,
weird.
I think we're getting the mic in. So.
Oh, we're getting the mic.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's so weird. I was like, what the hell? Anyway, yes, I'm endorsed with the Fender, and the rep Heath in Australia, he gave me this one, and I ended up just falling in love with it. It's just feels really good. It's got a really nice neck profile.
Yeah.
And yeah, it usually comes with a humbucker. That's a Fender humbucker there. That's the original P90 style.
Okay.
This is a really cheap ceramic, like rails pickup.
Okay.
That they made in China, but they're a UK company called Allen Entwistle.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got onto these from a Burns guitar that I have.
Okay.
And so the Burns guitar came loaded with these.
Yeah.
And so they're really high output. I think they're about 17K.
I think they go around something like that. Yeah.
So yeah, I have them quite low. I actually realized recently that I needed to be quite low. So I have them quite low because otherwise it's just
just mad.
Yeah. It just ends up becoming like just kind of a bit mushy. So but yeah, I put these in all of my touring guitars, and the reason being is that I think there's something with this style or the ceramic pickup where it compresses really nicely, and when you're playing octave through a bass amp, it sort of feels rounder rather than like pokey. So yeah, this is my sort of main guitar that I play live. I like this style bridge.
Okay. So you've mentioned you're doing that to the touring guitars, right? So what happens with the studio guitars? Like, do they go
I
with
use this in the studio.
approach?
Yeah, I use it in the studio. I've got a Telecaster, like a kind of parts caster.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's on camera, guys.
That's all right. We travel them in soft bags, so they can handle it.
Okay.
They go on planes in soft bags, so you know.
Okay.
I'm sure it's fine.
That was scary for a bit.
No, don't worry about it, honestly. Yeah, it's just a Stratocaster Player Series. Same thing, put that pickup in there. Do this weird thing that everyone gets weirded out by when you
That's actually
it.
smart.
Yeah, because I always use right angle.
Yeah.
So
They get like
doesn't
this,
work in there.
extremely weird angle if you have it like the
if
other
you
way
push
around.
it actually pushes it out. So just inverting it. But yeah, it's just other than that, it's just pretty standard. This is a good guitar for recording because it has a few options with pickups. The only thing really is I just put these locking tuners on them.
Okay.
Yeah, because it just makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's nothing sort of too special about them. With this one, because it's got like a floating bridge for like a whammy bar.
Okay.
I always or trem, what they call them.
Do you use the trem live?
No, I don't.
Okay.
So I put an extra spring in here to make sure that it's as tight as possible.
Yeah.
And we use 10 to 52s.
In drop C.
It's drop C only on the C. Well, what the E string or D string will be.
Oh, so it starts on E with the drop C.
Yeah, it's C A D D B E.
Hey.
So that's like kind of like if you play you go one up from a fifth, like a power chord, you go one up, then you're doing an octave between two notes. So you can kind of play like octaves with two notes. I don't know what, I think there's like one song that I did years ago, Shred for Summer, and tuned it to that, and it just works really well to play the riff.
And it's stuck.
And then we just do it sometimes. Sometimes it's really good. Like you can make it feel really heavy.
Yeah.
It really depends on where you are on the fretboard to sort of how it resonates and if it actually feels
If you drop
heavy.
the fifth instead of playing like the lowest.
I do like single note stuff mostly anyway. Like I'm not doing too many chords because of the dual amp thing. So it's
we'll get to dual amp in a second. Because like I was weirded out a bit because of that. Because when I was listening in front of the stage or like listening to the songs, I was expecting this to be like in D kind of area. I never thought like you will do the kind of John Mayer neon shit and then like blend.
He's the only other person I see who.
I think so. I can't recall anyone else doing that tuning.
Yeah. It's a pretty weird tuning. But it works for our stuff, and you kind of like write songs because of it. And some songs it just works. Some songs we write it in that, and then I'll play it in drop D because it just sounds better. So you have to just then change it around. But, but that's the guitars.
Okay, so one question that I have is, given that you're not having a bass player live, right? And then you're doing the dual bass, the guitar, duties. Have you thought about going baritone and like the tuning way lower?
Yeah, I have. And I've, to be honest, I've never really played a baritone, but people I work with are like, it's awesome. Like, I would like to do it. I don't know. I just feel like if I did it, do I have to then change all the songs and relearn all the songs? Yeah.
Probably, maybe.
Yeah. No way.
too much hassle.
Too much hassle to learn. Yeah, because I think if I started with a baritone guitar, then I would have stuck with it. But
it just like went this way, and
it just went this way. We started when we were pretty young, so it was just like
So you've been on stage for a while now.
Yeah, this band's 17 years.
Yeah, you had the 10 years anniversary, like a bit.
7 years ago.
Yeah. No, like one of the others. Okay, doesn't matter. I'm going sideways. Okay, cool. So from the guitar, we go into the helix.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
Is the setup on left-hand stage side and the right-hand stage exactly the same, or
pretty similar? We just have different sounds that we build. So essentially just kind of got the Helix LT and just use as much out of it as possible. So it has some send and returns. So I use the sends to send the pedals before the amp modeling. So I sort of set it up like a kind of general basic pedal board inside. So you have your amp at the end. And so I use a send to go to an amplifier. So there's no amp modeling coming to the amplifier.
Oh, so you're putting everything in front and then...
Right. Yeah, because I don't use effects loops or anything. So you could imagine it would be like, octave, distortion, delay, send to the amplifier. And then
the amp
modeled, and then that goes out of the... So the front of house will always get two sounds. So they'll get the amp sound and they'll get the modeled amp, and you blend the two. So you kind of get the best of both worlds.
Okay.
And the same with the bass. But bass, because I just use a preamp thing on there rather than a bass amp, I just run like a preamp and some EQ, and then it goes send to a pre-bass before it has any distortion on it. And then it goes distortion, or like a preamp distortion, and then it goes into a bass amp. Just whatever bass amp we kind of get. We're running the little rumble on this tour, but it's...
it works.
It works. It does what it needs to do, and we got the tiny little orange head here, which I just bought recently this year, and I was like, we should just take those. We did a tour in Canada, and a lot of places had cabs, or people had cabs, but they were like, we had limited space in our van, so we were just like, can we borrow your guitar amps? And some people were like, oh, you can have the cab. And I was like, we don't have heads. So after doing that tour, I was like, we should just get like the smallest head you can. And so I got these little orange ones, and they're so good.
I think you can't go smaller.
I think it's one of the smallest ones. It's 20 watts. I mean, for us, that's enough.
This is used for stage volume mostly.
Yeah, I mean, we have a Palmer DI here, which that goes to front of house. So the signal is going to front of house. On the bass, that's just stage volume.
Yeah.
And everything out the front is coming from the helix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How crazy do you go? So you've mentioned putting everything in front of the amp. How crazy do you go with patches? Is this like rather simple octave distortion kind of situation?
Yeah, it just depends on the song, what I need. And the other thing I kind of do is I do like a harmony sort of in there. So to the key of the song so that it feels like it's doing a fifth.
Yeah.
So it feels like power chords almost. And you kind of blend that into.
Okay.
So when you do single notes, so you get this kind of like almost like a bigger sound out of it. It's just in there enough. Yeah. So that's in there. Then just like delays. I sometimes run I think a lot of the patches I've got at the moment, I did have the delays go through both amps. So you turn it on, turns two delays exactly the same on, and then they kind of like really wobbly.
Right.
Yeah, not too much crazy stuff in there. I mean, you can do so much with these things. They're pretty much, to me, like it's been awesome to move over to that digital world and just be able to build pretty much anything that I need to kind of get through a show. There's only one thing that it can't do, and that's like the song, it was like one of our first album called Dollar Chills.
Yeah.
I used like a Pigtronics Mothership and a Digitex bass synth wah, which is
that's
pretty well renowned for like the Daft Punk, like O and E sounds. So, but I used it, and it has like a filter sweep and it had a pitch bend, and those two pedals just working together just did something. Yeah. And I can't do that. I can't do that. I've tried so hard. Tried so many different things. I can't get that exact same sound. But everything else, like,
are you able to get close to that? Ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not enough for me to really want to say. Yeah. So I've got something somewhere that I've built that's pretty close, but it's not. It always like irks me when we're playing it, because I'm like, oh, it's just something not quite right. Because it did this, because it was an analog synth, so that pedal, and it kind of did this, like, flicked it into pitch and out of pitch, and then the filter sweep was like sweeping it, and I just couldn't get. I can get close with the sweep, but something with the pitch bend thing. So but anyway, it's other than that, they're pretty cool. Pretty cool things.
Before we'll get to this, on that question, because I've asked Lachlan literally the same question. If you would have, like, let's say, unlimited money, you can travel anywhere with anything, would you change anything about this gear? Would you go crazier, or would you stick with...
No, I mean, we've just been touring for so long, and kind of like, whatever's the easiest thing. It still sounds really good out front. So that's the main thing. And yeah, I mean, I'm so used to this now. I used to tour a big pedalboard, still got, which has got all this routing and stuff. And it's good, and it's like, but you know, things go wrong with the cables, and you have to resolder it. I did all the solderless cables, so I could just cut it and fix it if it needed to happen. But then things with this, because I do some, like, there's some switching that goes on inside it. It's essentially two parallel pathways that have a volume at the front. And so the volume thing is based on the expression pedal. And so if you touch that expression pedal, it'll like kind of open the gate. If you've got, I kind of use like a gate, or like a, for lack of a better word, like a volume on and off. That if you just turn it on and off, it would be just like on, or like all the way down, all the way up. But so if you touch it, then you kind of go like to, 80%. And it's like, oh, there's a little bit of bass coming through, and then it will just be in, that's where it's set. So you have to kind of go all the way up or all the way forward to kind of put it back where it's supposed to be. I had that happen at the festival yesterday, and I was like, what the f is it doing? And I turned it off. I was like, why is it doing it when I'm doing like a big festival? It's like, as soon as, then, So I turned it off like 3 times in that set, and that's the first time I've had to ever do that. But then today it's fine. So I think I just was probably jumping around too much, and I just hit the expression pedal. But I mean, like, these things are so old now.
They are.
10 years. So it's like, for what they do for something that's 10 years old, it's pretty cool.
100%. Yeah. Because, like, you've been singing, you've been playing guitar at the same time in a band, and then you're also, like, really active on stage. So I think this has been a blessing compared to the pedalboard, where you have to tap dance and then sing and then play and then do whatever.
I had like 2 switches. I had like ABY switch, and then Boss or LS2 or whatever they're called, so that could go between a small sound to then like the big sound.
Yeah.
I had a Stryum and Iridium on there. I had a small Helix on there too, like the Stomp. That was on there as well as like an amp model.
Oh, so
and I had all pedals in front of that, like tube distortion and stuff. So it's awesome. But,
so the move to Helix is like a natural progression, basically.
Essentially, we bought it because we did 2 shows in Australia.
Yeah.
One in Melbourne, one in Brisbane on the same day, and it's 2.5 hour flight.
Yeah.
So essentially, we had to race, play one festival, and then get on a plane, get to Brisbane, do another sort of like, it's like another kind of festival, and we got there just in time. But we were like, what if our pedals don't make it on the flight? So we had this. We took to Melbourne, which kind of built it all, got used to it all, and then we had our other pedal boards already in Brisbane, waiting just in case. Yeah. But then we started using them, which we love them. So. Okay. And because you essentially is like, hey, I needed another delay pedal. Oh, cool. Done. It's there. Like you don't have to go and buy another delay pedal.
If you need it, you can actually use it.
But yeah, I use them in the studio too for some stuff, and then we use other things like whatever pedals we've got. We've got a whole Pelican just full of pedals, and just whatever
like
works.
An actual case of pedals.
Yeah, just like they're all just like thrown in there. But there's just whatever we can kind of whatever we need for the sound. But sometimes we end up going back to this and then always running it through. Like a lot of times running through an amp, but then even sometimes I think we want like a nice clean tone. It's like, we'll just use whatever's in this, or if you're doing something really affected, then it sounds really good. Just use that, or run it through. Like we had a 50-watt Marshall that we used on the most recent recordings, and just had that dialed, and it was like just putting whatever out of that into it, or nice distortions. I find that like the distortions on these can be a little bit plasticky, sort of. Yeah. But for a live thing, doesn't matter. But on record, you're kind of getting the tube. It
gets finicky to dial in.
Lockheed's got a pedal called a Kingsley Tube preamp or drive.
The one like with the 4 knobs and.
It's 3. It's got a couple of switches. I think it's Kingsley tube something. It's got a little AX. We're gonna find it. AX7 in there, I think. But that is one of the best like overdrive pedals. Yeah, love it. So we use that a lot. Use like Mastertron by Zvex. That's like a lot of my fuzz tones from all the records.
It's like you've been doing a lot of fuzzes across the years.
Yeah. Sometimes we go hard on the fuzz, and other times it's like actually just really distorted. Yeah. Or like a certain. So
as long as this gets you in the ballpark, it's fine.
Totally fine.
Yeah. Okay.
You throw it down, and then if it one day decides not to turn on, I go buy another one.
Yeah, just get a new one.
It's all saved in my.
Okay.
All the presets saved.
Then, when you go out from the Helix, do you hit the in-ears first, and then you go out here?
Yeah, we go into a split.
Okay.
So that's like a passive split that we got built. Yeah. So it goes in the bottom, and then you go out the top, and then out the back, and that goes to front of house. Okay. And then we don't take every line that we have on stage, but the majority of them we do. So we've got 20 channels that we pretty much use there. That's including like a click track and a talk to stage for front of house to talk to us. And we just use this little Soundcraft thing that we've been using for years now. And then we're all on stereo. Yeah. G4 like Sennheiser. And they're pretty good. Super simple. Yeah. It's covered. You can see in there somewhere. It's covered in gaffer tape because the whole like plate on the bottom got ripped out of the chassis on a flight. So I was just like, all right, putting it there, just gonna gaff it, lock tight all the screws. This is what happens. That's touring. Well, things get broken. Yeah, if you tour, like you kind of start to understand that everything can get broken. Like you will break everything if you allow it to break, or like even if you don't want to, it's going to either way. Yeah. So essentially, and then we have all these boxes are built in Brisbane. A guy called Nort, and he'll like do them and then kind of like case up a. If you have a look at this Pelican over here. You can see like this is just like for the split, but he'll like do the foam in there and
So it's all prepped to be like flyable, actually.
Yeah. Because in Australia, everyone has to fly.
Yeah, it is a big country.
Yeah, we have to fly all the time. So
yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Right.
That's kind of it for my side of the things, I guess.
Nice.
It's pretty simple.
Yeah, pretty much. But then, like, I've said that to Lachlan. It's absolutely illegal, the amount of bass you have, and doing the reverse royal blood thing with guitars. Like, that's absolutely.
It was
nice.
only out of necessity. And then we had a bass player for a couple of years. Luke from Violent Soho. When Violent Soho finished, we're like, dude, you need to be in a band. So he came and learned a bunch of our songs and jumped up.
Okay.
But then he couldn't tour anymore. And obviously we do a lot of touring and it's like a lot of work. So we went back to a 3-piece. But to be honest, like, the 3-piece thing is we're so used to it. It feels...
I think also it works for your setup.
Yeah. It was cool. It was awesome having him on board though. Like, and he's such a legend. So... I don't know. It kind of, we reimagined all the songs, and so that was really cool. And we did the 10-year Black Rat tour, and he played on that, which is sick. So, but back to the 3-piece.
Nice.
It works.
If it works,
fun. And I guess why I got lucky doing some bass stuff now is I was like, why don't you just do the bass for that bit? Because it's only a guitar and a bass, so why don't you just do it? Then I can just sing, and then I can come in and that's what's the beauty of the Helix. Nice. You can we can both do bass, we can both play guitar. One person can sort of do lead.
Like, whatever you need to switch, you can switch. Hey. Okay. Good lad.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers. I'm Simon.
Yep.
Actually, hello.
Hey.
Welcome. From DZ Deathrays, again, part 3. And then we're going to talk about the piece de résistance of this band, which is the drums. One question that I have before we start: do you play open-handed?
Yeah.
It's like I've noticed you do the open-hand, like a lot of open-handed stuff, but then you don't like follow the open-handed kind of drum method. Like it still looks like a regular setup. So
yes.
How did that come about?
I guess originally I was left-handed, and having played in bands and seen when left-handed drummers come up and you got to move all the drums around. Didn't want to do that. Irony was we ended up moving it a lot anyway when we were a 2-piece.
Okay.
But pretty much I just learned how to play on a right-handed kit, so I didn't have to move it much.
Right.
Yeah.
So it came out of laziness and necessity, basically. Okay. Cool. Is this your touring setup?
Pretty much. Usually, like, this is a hire kit, but we've done a lot of recording with the Yamaha Oak Customs.
Yeah.
And that's the setup that I usually have now. So
10, 12, 18?
Yeah.
Okay.
And 24.
And 24.
It's the Yahaha.
Yahaha. Can we get a zoom on Yahaha? So we're going to use that a lot. Okay. What's the snare?
So this is my one. This is just like another Yamaha Oak 14.
Okay.
I think it's 6-inch deep.
Yeah.
It's got a bit of punch.
Okay.
It's also just like, I'd like to tour with something else, but we're just so limited by weight. So it's whatever I can fit in that Pelican really dictates what I can take with me.
Right, okay. Cool. Right, and then the cymbals.
Yeah,
what's the setup?
I've been playing for Paste or Paiste for a while now.
Yeah.
So it's usually just 14 hats. Because we're doing small clubs, like I'll try to keep it low, like 16, 18, and under 20 on the ride.
Okay.
But we mix it up a lot. It depends if we're playing bigger festivals.
So if you're playing bigger fests, are you going to amp up the sizes?
Yeah, if I'm at home, like in Australia where it's easier, and I got some, like I used to have a 24-inch crash ride, which is awesome.
That's massive.
But I could never use it unless you're literally playing a stadium. Otherwise the guys hate me.
Yeah, can't blame them. Yeah, 100%. Okay. So another question, because I've seen you doing a lot with the kids, actually. Have you thought about expanding if you could, or like this is actually what works for you and like we're cool with that?
This kind of is like my expanded version.
Okay.
Because when we first started, I was just using a one rack floor and then just like a crash and a ride.
Okay.
And so I got like a DTX 8
the electric kit.
Yeah, yeah.
So you have that at home for practicing, which is basically this setup.
Okay.
And then so I added an extra tom and an extra crash, just because I got used to practicing songs like that.
And then like expanded naturally, basically.
Yeah, and you know, it's a lot easier now that we can afford crew to help set it up.
Yeah.
So that always helps.
Okay, right. It's extremely straightforward. Like,
yeah, I think it's funny because when I first started drumming, this was like most of the drum kits, and I was like, oh, it looks like a beginner kit. But now I'm like going back to their thought, like, oh, you know what, that's rad. Yeah, so just single kick. And then we just use the SPD. There's a couple of songs that we use that have got like synths. Or little additional bits of percussion or effects. And so, yeah, we use that for a couple of songs.
You're also doing the singing use?
Oh, no, I don't do any singing.
Okay.
That's just for saying dumb.
Right. It's also important. Yeah. Okay, cool.
So it's just a switchable Shaw SM58.
Okay, I know somebody's going to ask me that question. Sticks?
Oh, yep. So I play for Inferno. So I use these 5As, or they've got like some other ones which are like, sometimes it'll be like the 5X or plus, sorry.
Okay.
You get a little bit of inch extra runway before you drop them. Yeah, they're pretty good.
Okay. Okay, last question. How do you find playing drums, like actually being actual on the rhythm section kind of instruments, if you don't count guitars? Does that change how you arrange drums compared to if you have a bass player, not guys mimicking the bass parts?
Oh, no, not really. Like, so we've had a bass player.
Yeah.
Like we had him for about 2 years, which was awesome. But I mean, the songs were already recorded, so it's kind of like, it was pretty similar. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. Nah, not really. Just kind of, for this band, it's definitely, I just put like this setup. And, yeah.
Cool. Super short and sweet.
That's about it, man.
Yeah.
Drums.
Thank you very much, man.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah.